Hello, friends. Hello from my tiny mic, my $20 new microphone. We're here today to discuss my residency and what I'm bringing to my residency. So, maybe first we should talk about where the heck I'm even going and what a residency is if you don't know what that is for an artist. Let's chat. I'm going to this place called Terlingua, which is in West Texas. Apparently, that's up to debate, according to some of my family, if that actually is West Texas. Regardless, I'm going to Terlingua, which is near Big Bend National Park. It is the only national park that is in Texas, and one of the only public lands really in Texas. And I've never been. I've been to West Texas. There's like this little triangle of towns, Marfa, Fort Davis, Alpine, a little bit north of where I'm going. I've been there before, but I've never made the trek down to Terlingua and Big Bend, which kind of sits on the border between Texas and Mexico. And so I'm very excited. It's going to be a very new experience for me. And the drive from my house is about a 7-hour drive, which is not horrible, but I am doing it by myself. So what is a residency? Residencies can mean a lot of different things for an artist, an art residency specifically, not like a medical residency. Sometimes you pay for them. I paid for this one. It wasn't that expensive. Sometimes you don't pay anything at all. Sometimes they pay you. Sometimes when you do a residency, it entails teaching a workshop or teaching a class. Sometimes it's followed up by a solo show. You're doing work for a solo show at the end of it. Sometimes you're doing a group show with other artists in the residency. The one that I'm doing is just specifically, I'm going to the desert. I'm staying in this place that's normally an Airbnb with like 10 other artists, and we are just there to make art, and that's it. That's all we're doing. Like I said, I did pay for it, but it is a great discount from if I were to rent this place as an Airbnb for this amount of time. It is at like only 20% of what the actual cost would be, so that is nice. Yeah, so residencies really can mean like a lot of different things. Yeah, so let's talk about what I'm bringing. So when I knew that, like, I got the information that I got this residency, it's probably like 2 months ago, I set off to be so organized about what I'm bringing, because the first residency I ever did, this is going to be my second one. The first one I ever did was in my town. It was like a 15-minute drive from my house, and it was just a studio space outside of my house, which I didn't have at the time. And it was followed by a solo show. I didn't pay for it. They didn't pay me. That was what that one was. But this one, I'm going to be driving 7 hours, so I have to really pack my car and make sure I have every single thing that I need, because Terlingua and this part of West Texas is like one of, or not, if not the most remote place in North America or in the US or something like that. I read something about that. I don't remember. Don't quote me. But I know it's one of the most remote places in America. And it's also one of the darkest. Fort Davis, where the observatory is, they have observatory for like the stars. It is like the darkest spot in the continental US or all of North America or something. Also, don't quote me on that. I don't know why I'm saying all these facts and I don't have anything to back them up. Anyway, when I got word that I was accepted into this residency, I wanted to be super duper organized. So for 2 months, I've been essentially packing in my mind and gathering any materials that I might need. I have been spending time at the studio prepping surfaces, and thinking about things and buying a few things here and there. But now, this is the week before, so if you're watching this now, I am already in Terlingua making art. Okay, let me pull up my list. So, because I've been so organized, I also made an Excel sheet. The Excel sheet entails my packing list, my shopping list, what to do while I'm there, and what to do before. So this whole week is going to be me doing a lot of things to the house to prepare for while I'm gone, and doing laundry, going shopping, stuff like that. My nose is whistling. What to do while I'm there is like ideas for work while I'm there. And if I have any commissions, which I already have one, it's to do that commission while I'm there. My shopping list mostly entails groceries because, like I said, it's one of the most remote places. There's only one tiny little grocery store in the town, and I don't want to over deplete the resources that the people that live there have. You know what I mean? I want to be able to bring as many things as I can. I will have to eventually go get more groceries because I will be there for 2 weeks. But in the beginning, I don't want to like do my whole grocery trip there, you know? And it'll probably be cheaper if I get it here. Because they're so remote, I'm sure the prices are a little bit crazier. Anyway, here's my packing list. I have made 5 categories. I'm not going to show you everything on the list, but when we get to me showing you my box is packed, then I'll tell you everything on my list. But for now, here's the 5 categories. I have art supplies, clothing, toiletries, etc., and food/cooking. So the food situation, like I said, I should bring more than I need. But there is a communal kitchen. I don't have to bring actual cooking supplies. If I want anything specific, obviously I'm gonna bring that. Like I have on my list to bring like this Yeti cup for coffee that I like. They also provide coffee, so I don't have to pack coffee, so that's good. But art supplies, definitely, I have to make sure I have everything I need because there's no Michael's there, there's no Walmart there, there's no general store that has art supplies. Like I said, it's remote, so I really have to make sure I lock down everything. And the good thing is I'm able to do laundry there. So if I don't have enough clothes for the whole 2 weeks, I can do laundry. So, okay. Packing time. Hello from my closet. I'm gonna start showing you a few things that I have at home, and then I'm gonna grab stuff from the studio and then show you kind of everything. I'm not gonna show you all the clothes I'm gonna pack, but I know a few things for sure I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring this very cool knife that I have. Let me show you. Okay, the lighting in here is insane, but whatever. This very cool Damascus blade knife, if you can see it. Probably blurry. I want to be able to cut some cactus and bring it home with me. I never know. You always need a knife, right? Especially a person traveling alone. You gotta have a knife. Definitely bringing my hiking shoes. This is a necessity because of where I'm going, the terrain. And then an high ankle on a boot like that is always nice when you're going to the desert in case of snakes. It helps in case they want to bite your ankles if I'm next to one. So I know for sure I'm bringing those 2 things. I am gonna probably bring this little shirt, this little army shirt that I've put patches on and stuff. I do want to bring that with me, and a bandana. I need a bandana. Anything to protect me from the sun is a necessity for sure. I'm also bringing this hat, this big old straw hat. We were at a campsite. Looks good. With my other hat. We were at a campsite not long ago, and my partner bought us matching hats, and so gotta bring this bad boy to protect myself from the sun. Those are my clothing necessities. I will now show you a few other items that I have in the house that I will be bringing with me, and then whatever else I have at the studio. Yeah, so here's what I've got so far. Hello from the dining room. This is the pile I have so far. So let's go through it. So I got this from Dick Blick, like for 40 bucks. It's a ton of already gessoed canvas roll that I'm just gonna cut for paintings. That'll be nice. I have a folding table. I have to bring a folding table if I want a table to work at. The little casita that I'm staying in only has like a bed and like a chair and like a dresser and then a bathroom, but I need to be able to have that. I am gonna go get a tarp. I have one, but it's kind of like way too big, so I want maybe a little bit smaller tarp. I'm also supposed to bring that to put down. So I'm gonna put that down, put the table, and then I have a stool that rolls around at the studio that I will be bringing with me as well. Oh, hello, Finny. My dog is here. Sorry about that, nature calls. Okay, this is my banjo case. I'm bringing my banjo with me because the Wi-Fi might suck, and so I need some stuff to do. Speaking of stuff to do, also bringing my tiny little Camp Snap camera and 2 books. I am currently reading some essays by Henry David Thoreau. I'm working on Walden right now, which I feel like is very fitting for what I'm about to do. And then I'm planning on doing a lot of like meditation type artwork. So I am gonna read Ram Dass' Journey of Awakening, a meditator's guidebook. I bought on Thrift Books, so both of these, and so I've been working through the Henry David Thoreau, and so I'm gonna read the other one while I'm there. Got my plein air easel. It's packed with gouache and brushes and a little palette. That's a necessity for when I want to do plein air days. Let me show you what is in this little bag. So I have one of these cool bags. I actually got this for really cheap at the Shiner Brewery. These bags normally are like $100 or more at like Dillard's or whatever, but at Shiner, this really cute like orangey color was only $30 for the big one. And so I was like, we have to get that. I have this little clamp light that I'm bringing. I need a lamp for in the space, I'm assuming. Shop towels, I'm gonna go probably get some more when I buy the tarp. This is an adjustable little stand for an easel. This is, an umbrella, and it clips, I clip it onto my easel. I think it's made for golfing, but I use it for plein air, and I will definitely need it in the desert because there is not much shade there. This is a little fold-out stool that I use for plein air as well, also a necessity. This is my very powerful bike light that, have you been drinking tonight? I will need in the middle of the night because my casita is a little bit of ways from the kitchen. It's like a short little walk. It's a separate building. So there's like 10 to 12 little casitas, and then there's a main space where there's like hangout areas and like the kitchen and the pantry and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna need that if I need to get a snack in the middle of the night. I have my little bagoo. This is like the little bag I bring pretty much everywhere that I want to have art supplies. So let me show you what's inside of it. And I will also show you what is inside of my toolbox. At the bottom of my bag is also a tiny cutting mat and ruler. Like I said, I want to have all the supplies I need. I don't know what I'm gonna need there, but I know at some point I'm gonna be like, I gotta cut some. So I've had this little toolbox for a long time. In the top I just have random stuff like tape, glue stick. I have this really tiny cute X-Acto that I'm gonna bring with me. Erasers. For some reason I have a tiny cockroach. You can't see it. Oh great. A cockroach toy. I have nail clippers. I don't know why, but I will probably need those while I'm there. Yeah, hand sanitizer. Just a few random pins, erasers, whatever. I'm gonna put some more stuff in this when I go to the studio and grab stuff, but for now, I just have random shit from home. I have watercolor set and brushes, excuse me. Tiny highlighters. Hello. You know you wanna focus. There we go. Tiny highlighters and a pack of cheap oil pastels that are water soluble. Ugh. So this is the toolbox. I don't use this very often, but when I travel, I do. Okay, Now onto the bag. All right, this tiny bag holds a lot of shit. And at the bottom of it is a lot of twigs and eraser shavings. So it's probably good that I'm doing this because this needs a good wipe down. So these little Baggu bags are pretty deceiving about how much they can hold. Like, I can hold all this shit and a giant water bottle. Like, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so first of all, pencil bag. On one side, I usually keep, sorry, the zipper broke. I usually keep colored pencils, the Prismacolors over here, and then just random pins and stuff. And in the middle, I have some Neocolors. I do have some Neocolors coming in the mail that I'm gonna bring with me. They should be here probably today. Random other pins that haven't fit in there. And some trash, some twigs, a cool pocket knife I got at a truck stop. You never can have enough knives, right? I thought I cut myself, I did not. Pencil sharpener. Self-contained one, of course. When I'm out and about, I don't want to be like throwing pencil shavings everywhere. I have some shop towels. I like using these a lot because they hold a lot of water and they don't dry as crunchy as like regular rags or regular paper towels. This is funny. This is a piece of ham that I use to clean my glasses and screens. So it's a microfiber cloth. This is a tiny little clamp-on cup that I use for water. I usually clamp it onto my, I have this tiny little clipboard. I gotta find that. I think it's in my backpack. I'm gonna bring that with me too. This tiny little clipboard that folds in half, I usually clamp it onto that. This is tiny gouache kit. This is also a tiny gouache kit. These are collapsible brushes. They come in this fancy little case. You pull them out, untwist them, and then voila, brush. I was on a cruise one time to Alaska, and getting back on the boat, I was going through security, and the woman running security was very mad at me for these. She was like, those are weapons. And I said, they're paintbrushes, and she was not having it. And I was like, I can show you. And so I did it, and she immediately shut the hell up. So I have this sketchbook, which is nearly full, I think. So yeah, it's got a few pages left. It's a Stay Flat urban, Soho urban artist mixed media sketchbook. I really like how long it is. These are Ugly Books is the brand. And this one is bright blue. And then this one is this like more tannish khaki. So all of this fits in my bag, and I can fit my water bottle, and I can fit that tiny little clipboard. So that's everything that I have at home so far. So for as far as like tech stuff goes, I'm obviously bringing this camera, my new little mics, my laptop, my iPad, my phone, stuff like that. I am gonna do a little bit of work while I'm out there. I need to be able to live, you know, I make a living. 2 weeks is a long time to just take off of work, and I don't have PTO, you know what I mean? I work for myself. So let me show you one more piece of tech that I am bringing though. So I think just after we had this real big freeze one year that knocked out all the power for like a week or whatever, we bought this little thing, and it's great for camping and great for emergencies. It has like emergency radio, a flashlight. I originally was gonna use this as my flashlight, but I decided to bring the other one. But I have a backup, which is this. And then also this, it has a solar panel to charge, and then it has this crank to also charge it. I've never had to plug it in. I've always just left it outside to charge. And right now, full battery. And it also has a regular radio. I can listen to regular radio, which I think will be nice when I'm there, in case like the Wi-Fi in my casita sucks and I can't listen to music. I'll have a radio. I don't know what kind of stations I'll be able to pick up there, but hopefully something. And if not, I have a flashlight, a big fancy flashlight, so. Okay, Before we go to the studio and pack the art supplies and I show you all the rest of the art supplies, I want to show you what kind of food I'm thinking about bringing. Remember how I mentioned there is only one general store there and I don't want to deplete all of their resources, so I want to be able to bring some groceries with me, then get a few extra little things there. And if I have to restock on something, you know, throughout my 2 weeks, that's a great little resource. But here's what I'm thinking. So I'm on my laptop, I'll show you. I have made a shopping list through my local grocery store, which is nice because it shows the like total cost, estimated total, and then if there's any coupons as well as where in the store this item is located. So this is a very nice thing if you're going on a trip. All right, so 96 is like the estimated total, which is not horrible. So I'm gonna get bread. I'm gonna get some bagels for sandwiches for like a quick breakfast. I'm thinking I'm gonna get like 4 of these. I'm gonna add 4 of these real big 1 gallon drinking water things. That will be nice. Let me zoom in. I can't see crap. I'm gonna bring some sparkling waters. I can down a case of those by myself in about a week. So 2 weeks worth, that'd be nice. Whoa, hello. Eggs, I feel like would be such an easy breakfast, easy, quick protein. And I imagine they're gonna be expensive there, so I should probably bring some. Some turkey, some cheese for sandwiches, some turkey pepperoni is always a good snack for me. Mozzarella. So all these things I'm thinking I could also chop into one of those like La Scala Italian kind of salads if you've ever had one of those. I feel like that would be a good option. Got tomatoes, green onions, a shallot, apples and oranges for a quick little snack, some greens for the salads. I like these little floss picks, and I do need more for the house, so I'm just gonna get some. H-E-B has these really good little protein bars that have like strawberry on the inside and this like yogurt outside. They taste like a candy bar. They are so good. Some almonds, sea salt and rosemary flavor. These like little like those small little bags like of chips, but of chicharrones, the fried pork rinds. If you ever had those, they are so good. I love the crunch on them. Gonna get some of those. Olives for salads and snacks. Italian dressing. Quick oats for a quick little breakfast. Applesauce for like hikes. The peppers, banana peppers for my salad. And obviously ramen noodles. Yeah, I feel like, come on, that's the classic. And I can go in and add some of the like the greens or some of the shallot and green onions and stuff like that or the egg to the ramen, and it will be a nice little meal. So that's what I'm thinking as far as like food goes. I also have this little like snackle box, one of those ones that has a little trays that you insert, and I probably will pack that up before I go, at least for the drive. Yeah, and obviously like my ice chest I'm gonna bring like my water bottle, stuff like that, but you don't care to see that. You care to see the art supplies, right?
Okay, I've been prepping surfaces for a while now. I have this whole box full of pink canvases ready to go. I have some canvases, I have paper, I have a clipboard, I have stuff like that. Now I'm at the studio here to pack up the rest of my shit. So I have more room in this box, but I'm also gonna bring this one and pack it up. And then I have the rolling stool that I'll bring with me. And I think that will be it. Hopefully I remember everything.
All right, showing you stuff I got at the studio. Also, this giant thing of fluorescent pink from Dick Blick came in the mail, as well as my Neocolors, but I've been playing with those, so they're not packed yet. But in this, I have my tripod, I have this thing, this like old school men's little, it's like a shaving kit bag full of gouache. I have some different size canvases. I have these little like wood panels that are 4 by 12, sketchbook, one of these tiny little guys. A lot of these I prepped before. They're all pink, so as you can tell. Got some random paper, a bunch of these Lucas Acrylic Studio paints. I really like these. Spray bottle for when I need to do really wet stuff on the page, and that is box 1. Let me show you the other box and then call this video done. Also have these 2 panels already prepped with pink, and then my yardstick is behind here, which I might take that out because I don't want it to get bent, but gotta have something long to measure with. Yeah, so that's all the panels, canvases, I don't know why I keep saying panels, canvases and everything. Here is box 2, which I kind of want to take it out and reorganize it anyway. So my cup of paintbrushes. All of this is going to go on my fold-out table when I get there. So I'm bringing the cups that everything goes in to like keep myself organized. This is a chili pepper with sewing needles. I'm gonna do some sewing while I'm there. Just little stuff. That is actually vintage. It is my great-grandmother's little push pin. Very nice pair of sewing scissors and hand quilting thread. One of these cheap little roller foam brushes. I love using paper plates for mixing colors. You obviously have to have painter's tape. Obviously got to have a pair of scissors. Random, various acrylics. I've been using this golden high flow medium. A friend of mine got it at a art thrift store. It makes chunky paint like that get a lot thinner to where it's like the texture of these little cheap craft paints, which I have a ton of. I'm bringing some of those. My cups of Sharpie creative markers, my cups of Posca pens, and my water cup, which has very yellow water paint in it, and I need to dump that so it doesn't get moldy. These King Art gel medium sticks are a lot of fun to play with. Giant thing of white paint, just cheap craft paint. I really like that like cheap Walmart Michaels craft paint. I don't know what it is about it, I love it. One of these little jars for mixing paint. And last but not least, tacky glue. So those are all the items. That's everything I'm bringing, other than like my groceries and clothes. If you are watching this thus far, thank you for letting me yap about my trip. And this will come out while I'm in Terlingua, so follow me on Instagram. It's just my name, Shelby Criswell. On Instagram, I'll probably be posting a lot of stories and stuff there. Yeah, so sayonara. The video about my residency will come out later. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. If you need art supplies, use my Dick Blick link. And peace out. Go make some art. Bye.